Hi guys, it's Nick again. This is a follow-up video to the video I made yesterday about my dealings with a chap who I sold a Monopoly game to, and he claimed that I had ripped the board in half, etc, etc. If you've not watched that video, this won't make much sense, so quickly view the one that I uploaded yesterday. Anyway, the chap left me negative feedback saying that I had sent him a faulty Monopoly board, and I said I was going to contact eBay and try to get that feedback removed. So I thought I'd do a follow-up video because I have been in touch with eBay and there has been developments, and I will show you how I got on. But there were developments, other things had happened with this chap that I wasn't aware of. He had actually opened a returns request before the email conversation we had, but I hadn't had any notifications of this from eBay, so I wasn't aware that he had already opened a returns request. And then yesterday I had a notification saying he had closed his return request for the item, for the Monopoly game. And so I went into that, and he had left a message, which is quite interesting. So let me show you that first. Okay, so we're now in the eBay page that shows that the guy had actually on the 2nd of Jan requested a return, and the reason he has put is it arrived damaged, the game board is teared in half, damaged. I just blocked out my address details there, I don't really want that all over the internet. And then after we had the conversation, he had then gone in and amended this and closed the case. The buyer closed the return request, and the reason he put is, the seller contacted me and explained things clearly to me. Okay, so at this point it seems that he has understood what I was telling him and he has closed the case. So at this point then I was a bit confused, because it seems he now understands that his Monopoly board wasn't faulty. I hadn't torn it in half, and he had closed his request with eBay to return the item. But as you saw in the emails that went backwards and forwards, the last one I showed you was the last one that I got from him. He never made an apology to me. He never made it clear to me that he understood what I was saying. And I think that's incredibly rude, incredibly disrespectful, to accuse me of all these things and then seemingly realise that he was completely wrong, and he didn't have it in him to respond to me and apologise for the things he had accused me of and the things he had said. And he had already, previous to this, left negative feedback on my account, which I intended to get removed. I intended to contact eBay and request that that be removed and explain my side of things, which I'm going to show you the transcript of in a minute, because I was going to phone them, but I thought I'd try their live chat service, because I've not used it before, and see how that works. And then of course I can show you the transcript afterwards and make this video. So that's what I'll do. But firstly, let me show you the negative feedback that my aim is to get removed. Okay, so here is the negative feedback that he put. The game board is damaged. He hide that part in picture with the box. Okay, and it's sandwiched between some positive feedback for a bundle of girls' clothes, 12 to 18 months, and Call of Duty Ghosts PS3 Season Pass. So there it is. So my mission at this point was to try and get that removed from my account. Okay, so earlier on during my lunch break, I went into the eBay help section and the contact eBay section, and then clicked on their live chat option. And that takes you to a page where you have to fill in the details of what your inquiry is about and then submit it. There was a half-hour wait to get contacted. I mean, lunchtime isn't a particularly good time to do this, I'm sure. I guess that's when a lot of people will choose to have their complaint session with eBay. Anyway, I waited for the half hour to get connected, and then I chatted to one of eBay's advisors and tried to explain what the problem was and to get the feedback removed. So I've got the transcript up on the computer of that chat now, so let me show you what eBay had to say. Okay, so this is the transcript of the chat I had with eBay. Like I say, it took me about half an hour of waiting to get connected, but that was probably because I was doing it at lunchtime. There was a lot of people trying to get on there. So anyway, so they say welcome and apologise for the wait. I gave him the guy's eBay name and then it started. I'll be happy to assist you in this matter. Please give me a few minutes to check your account and I'll get back to you. I'd already had to explain basically what my inquiry was about on the sort of form that you submit before the chat starts. But while I was waiting, I just explained again. He left negative feedback due to a fault with the item. I explained that the fault was not a fault, but was part of the design of the item. He has since ended his return request and is happy with the item, as I've explained that it is not faulty, blah, blah, blah. So I explained what my problem was again. And he came back saying, let me go ahead and check your account so I can see if we can do something about this. Just to set your expectations, please understand that before we can remove a feedback, we have to find sufficient evidence that it does violate our feedback policies and guidelines. So at this point I thought, oh, here we go. They're just going to fob me off and they're going to tell me that what he's done doesn't violate any of their policies. Anyway, I waited. Thanks for waiting. And they came back to me. I am pleased to let you know that the feedback you identified fits one of our feedback removal criteria. So I've now removed it from your account. Fantastic. As you're a seller, you would have received detailed seller ratings as part of this buyer's feedback. Please bear in mind these will also be removed and your scores will be recalculated. Fantastic. You may also want to block the buyer from bidding again on your items. For your reference on how to block this, here's a link, blah, blah, blah. So I explained I have already blocked the item and thanked them for their help, to which they said you're most welcome, blah, blah, blah. So there we have it. Despite the half-hour wait I had to get into the chat, once I was in there, they were incredibly efficient. They looked into it and within a matter of a couple of minutes, they had decided in my favour and agreed with what I was saying and cancelled the feedback. Now this was earlier when I was having lunch. I've still got a page open which shows my feedback with the negative feedback still showing. So what I'm going to do now is go into my feedback page and refresh it and hopefully we'll see that negative feedback vanish from my account. So let's see if that works. Right, here we are in my feedback page on my account and there's the negative feedback that this lovely chap had left me. The game board is damaged. He hid that part in picture with the box. Okay, so that's what I am requesting they remove, and it's sandwiched in between Bundle of Girls Clothes 12 to 18 months and Call of Duty Ghosts PS3 Season Pass. So if I now refresh this screen, let's give this a go. Okay, where were we? Ah, there we go. So there's the Bundle of Girls Clothes 12 to 18 months and there's the Call of Duty Ghosts feedback with the negative that was in between them removed. Fantastic result. So there you go. That wraps up my little story about this chap and his Monopoly game and his ridiculous accusations. It's all worked out well in the end. I've got the feedback removed, he's keeping the item, I'm keeping the payment, and what this shows is stick to your guns. If you get people throwing out accusations at you, demanding refunds, you know, question them. Don't automatically refund everybody. If you are suspicious that they are trying to scam you, or if they're saying just isn't true, or you have doubts about it, stand your ground, and you know, sometimes these things work out okay. And regards to eBay and eBay's customer services, I've had really good experiences with eBay. They are very helpful, and I've found you can phone them up, like I say, and they are really easy to talk to and helpful. And this live chat, as I found today, is just as helpful. There was a long wait, but that's probably more due to the time that I did it, which was lunchtime, than anything. And I'd like to say that eBay, over the last couple of years, I've seen they're really taking strides to making it more of a level playing field between the buyers and the sellers. I still think that the buyers have a bit of an easy time with being able to get refunds. It's far too easy to get a refund through eBay and PayPal. But they are trying to redress the balance. They are trying to make it a fairer place for us, and a safer place for us as sellers to trade. And I think this story, and the fact that eBay took the feedback off, understood my side of this, and were fast and efficient in redressing my feedback issue, just shows that they are on our side, and they're trying to see things from the seller's point of view. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of this little story. I hope you enjoyed that little follow-up video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.